The Himalayas are one of the most well-known mountain ranges in the world, often being featured on TV, in movies, and sometimes even in song. They are home to 9 of the 10 highest mountains on Earth, including the mega mountains Everest and K2. And with so many people trying to conquer their heights and break world records, there are often times where even the most experienced adventurers go out, but never return. The death rate for trying to climb Mount Everest and K2 hover between 25 to 33%. And with the landscape, along with weather conditions being too harsh for any kind of rescue or recovery, the mountains remain littered with hundreds of bodies of dead climbers and travelers. So it is no surprise to learn that the mountains have become entrenched with numerous ghosts and restless spirits. It is believed that hundreds of spirits wander the mountains, making it easy to witness some paranormal activity. However, not all encounters with them are peaceful. There is a great fear among the locals after reports of these phantoms attacking and sometimes even possessing the living. In 2013, a resident of a Himalayan village, Mohan Singh, shared a very strange experience with a BBC writer during a research trip. One day, while he was out chopping trees, he claimed he was approached by a stranger who aggressively grabbed and attacked him, but noticed that his fingers were phasing right through him. As this altercation was taking place, he stated that the sky suddenly turned black, and the mysterious figure was changing sizes from as small as a chicken up to 9 feet tall. When Singh finally broke free and returned to the village, he had a very high fever and believed the spirit had possessed him. Another horrifying tale comes from the military post located in the Baralaka La Paz, in the Zanskar range of the Himalayas. During a harsh winter, a group of soldiers were trapped at the outpost for 2 months, waiting for rescue. However, when the weather settled down and help finally arrived, it was said that there was a hunched-over figure spotted in the middle, devouring one of the dead soldiers, with body parts, pools of blood, and other half-eaten bodies flung around it. But as they got closer, it snarled and attacked the rescue team, who responded by gunning it down. In the following years, other soldiers complained of hearing whispers and strange voices, and even screams of agony. Occasionally, there were reports of seeing an ominous ghostly figure wielding a knife that would chase them down before suddenly vanishing, as well as soldiers covered in blood standing in the snow calling out for help, only to disappear when approached. In 1986, Wanda Rutkiewicz made history when she became the first woman to climb K2 and make it back down alive, and her success served as inspiration to other female climbers around the globe. However, an unfortunate tragedy took place in 1992 when the experienced climber took on the 3rd tallest mountain in the world, Mount Kanchenjunga, and sadly lost her life. Rutkiewicz's good friend, Ewa Matuszewska, later shared a chilling tale that occurred shortly after Rutkiewicz's died on that mountain. She allegedly received a phone call late at night from Rutkiewicz. Feeling relieved and overjoyed at hearing her voice, she asked her where she was and when she would be coming home. But Rutkiewicz's only response was that she was very cold and that she shouldn't cry because everything would be all right. After insisting on why she couldn't return, she simply stated, "I cannot now," before the phone line cut out. The most chilling part about this occurrence was that she received that phone call after Rutkiewicz was reported dead. In a separate tragedy in 1986, a well-known British female climber, Julie Toulis, died during her descent from K2. Tulis had suffered severe frostbite and an injury sustained from a nasty fall, and passed away in the frozen waste near Camp 4. Her body was never found. One night in 1992, two climbers were relaxing at base camp when they were suddenly awoken by a voice sounding loudly over the radio saying,
"Camp 4 to base camp. Do you read? Over."
Both men sat there terrified, as they were certain that they were the only two people on the mountain at the time. What was even more chilling was when they realized the voice had a British accent, much like that of the dead climber Julie Tulis. Another ghost said to dwell in the Himalayas is that of Sepoy Harbhajan Singh, an army officer who was assigned duty at the Natula Pass in 1966. One day, while he was escorting a mule, he slipped and fell into a stream where he was washed away, never to be seen again. With no signs of his body turning up, search parties eventually gave up and assumed he was dead. Shortly after the search was abandoned, two soldiers from his unit reported having the same exact dream involving Singh guiding them to the location of his corpse. The two men were convinced and decided to gather a search party to go out and investigate the area where they had been led to in the dream. Sure enough, Singh's corpse was found just where he said it would be, and was later given a proper burial. But things only got stranger from there. The two men also noted that in the dream, Singh stated that he was committed to being a soldier and would forever patrol the area. And in the following days, there were various sightings of an unknown soldier on horseback wandering around the area. The mysterious ghost rider was believed to be the spirit of Singh, who was capable of traveling at unnaturally high speeds, passing through objects, and even appearing or disappearing abruptly in full view. The dreams of the soldiers also continued, where Singh would give military advice about certain areas that were left unprotected and open to attack by the Chinese, all of which proved to be incredibly accurate. As the legend of the Phantom Soldier spread, a shrine made out of a 3-room living complex was built to honor him. With no actual humans ever occupying the living space, caretakers sometimes found the bed sheets wrinkled, as if someone was sleeping there, or his uniform mysteriously misplaced, and also his boots with fragments of wet mud on them, as if someone had worn them outside. Living in obscurity and having served as guides to mountain climbers for many years, the Sherpa people residing high up in the Himalayas in Nepal are highly regarded and valued as expert mountaineers. They were first brought into the spotlight in 2014, when an avalanche on Mount Everest killed 16 guides, most of whom were Sherpas. Following the incident, many of the remaining Sherpa guides refused to carry out any more trips up the mountain. However, long before the tragedy in 2014, a Sherpa who broke the ascent record claimed to have witnessed some terrifying things as he returned from the climb in 2004. He stated that he saw dark shadows with outstretched arms coming towards him begging for food, and as he was nearing summit, he claimed to have seen many bodies, including one that was still hanging from a rope after falling, and believed the dark shadow figures that approached him were the unrested spirits of those fallen climbers. Skeptics have pointed out that encounters with phantom climbers, ghosts, and other entities can be explained by the effects of harsh conditions and a high altitude in the brain. In such conditions, a combination of weariness, physical duress, being cold and hungry, low oxygen levels, and high altitude sickness can conspire to cause impaired mental function, loss of coordination, and of course hallucinations. But can these accounts really be written off as mere hallucinations, or is there something more to it? So there's 5 creepy tales of the haunted Himalayas. I hope you've enjoyed, and if you aren't already, please subscribe to keep up to date with our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.